own a home or have plans to in the future? Or are you upside down in your mortgage and need help? Tune in right now to the Call Toni Real Estate Radio Show with Toni Patillo and her co-host Carla Dennis. This is where you come to learn about buying real estate. Here's Toni.
Hello, Los Angelinos. I'm your host, Toni Patillo, and you're listening to Call Toni Real Estate Radio here on KEIB AM 1150, The Patriot.
So now I want you to tell us, what is our word today?
It's due diligence.
Ooh, due diligence.
Yeah, I want to just say this, that in every conveyance of real estate, whether it be an apartment lease or a home purchase or a commercial business lease or the purchase of a strip mall, whatever you're buying in real estate, the prospective buyer must conduct some level of due diligence towards investigating the quality, both physical, intangible, of the real estate that they're conveying, okay? You need to be clear about the characteristics of the real estate that's being purchased. You need to be clear about what kind of condition it's in. You've got to really be able to adequately balance the risk and confirm that the superficial level of value represented by the purchase price or the rental rates matches the reality of the condition that the real estate is in. This is the most important aspect of the real estate transaction, is the due diligence process. And you will have a contingency that's in place that protects you and protects your deposit while you conduct your due diligence. And this relates to, doing title search, making sure the title is clear. This relates to conducting a survey on the grounds, making sure that the grounds are what they are indicated to be, the zoning. You want to have termite inspections. You want to have a full physical inspection of the building. You want to have the financing checked out to make sure that this property appraises properly. You want to do an environmental inspection if you're dealing with commercial property. If you're dealing with income properties, you want to make sure that you're looking at the leases. You're looking at the rental income. You're looking at the expenses that are relating to this building. So there's a lot of due diligence that one must do when you are, if you're buying a condo. You want to make sure that the association doesn't have any liens, doesn't have any lawsuits in place. You want to make sure that the reserves are strong. All of these things fall into this category of doing your due diligence on a property when you're buying it. I have a couple of stories. You would think that when you're buying a rehab, that mostly everything has been done, right? What we found out is that the investors who did the rehab made it look cosmetically beautiful, but there were a lot of the permits that were not acquired. And so when the buyer got ready to do their inspections, what came up was that certain things were not permitted.
Wow.
Here's another situation, another story. I was representing a buyer in this one, still representing that buyer. We're still in escrow, but we are having some challenges. And, we made an offer. We were in a multiple. The seller was somewhat proactive. They gave us a copy of an inspection report that they had conducted. They also gave us a termite clearance, right? With that termite clearance, we thought, that's great. We've already got our inspection. And so the buyer, of course, said to me, Toni, we've already got our inspection. Why do we need to spend more money on an inspection?
Right.
I said, because you need to do your own due diligence. You need to do your own homework. You can't rely upon that which comes from anybody else.
That's right.
Okay, so I encourage you to do your own inspections. So we did, and that inspection dictated. Now not only did we get an inspection report from that seller, but we also got a termite clearance. It said the property was completely free and clear of termite. When we had our own inspection done, our inspector came back to us and said, you've got some pretty good case of termite here. And we thought, that's interesting. We got a termite clearance. And sure enough, we decided, let's get our own termite inspection done. So we called Center Termite. And when Center came out, they did their thing. They sent us a report, and that report was drastically different from the report that had been provided. Now, they didn't provide us the report previously. They only gave us a clearance.
Right.
They said it was clear. What we didn't see was the previous report.
Right.
So when I requested that report, it was drastically different from our report. Wow. So of course we went back to the seller and we said, hey, this isn't going to fly. We want our own people to do the termite work because we want to make sure that it's done properly. The seller came back and said, we won't let you have your termite company do the work, but you're welcome to have them come back and re-inspect. So I told them, if you're not going to let us use our people, then at least let us come back and re-inspect your folks' work. They said, okay, no problem. So, of course, they finished the work. We called our folks back, Center Termite, to come back and re-inspect. And guess what? They had not done their work.
Wow.
And so here we are, 3 days from closing escrow, and we stopped the signing of the loan docs. We stopped it because it's like, come on, you guys, you know, we can't function like this. So it's important to do your own due diligence. It's important to get second opinions. It's important. First of all, it's a liability on all of us if we don't make sure that everything is complete. I just wanted to share that. That's my due diligence word for the day.
I love it.